Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Mr. Mayhem, and we are gonna play some Elite Dangerous today. I've been asked to do a stream of this game because people actually wanted to check it out. And they didn't just want to watch a review video either. Trying to get the stream up here, guys. No, this is just going to be like a casual play, guys. Okay. So for anybody who hasn't heard of this game, it's basically an MMO RPG type space game, and you can do virtually anything you want to do in this within limits. And these are mission lists here, guys, where you can actually select see, it says basically murder a bunch of people and I'll get paid for that. Boom data deliveries are your, like, it's just basically data that's going to be stored on this computer here in data here, and you can store as much data as you want on this system. But I've got a cargo hold here, which is 8 out of 104, so I can carry up to 104 units of cargo. So anything that says 42 units of indium. Did I say that right? Indium? Some type of mineral. And sentry skimmers. It's basically you go to a planet and you have to destroy these things. Yada yada yada. Alright, so I'm going to run cargo, guys, because that's my thing that I do. I'm just going to, like, look for things that are going to the exact same system. It's normally a way that I run things, just so you get the biggest payout possible. Ooh, donations. I'll donate. So there is a faction system and an influencing system in this game, and by doing missions for specific stations, upgrades your influence with said faction. I think it was this one that had good payouts. Alright, so I think we'll take this one. I'll check how many light seconds it is. Destination. Estimated 83,000 light seconds. Seems like a lot, but it's not. And this one is 658 light seconds. So we'll do these, and then we'll do a
at maximum capacity.
Oh, sweet. Maximum capacity. So I'm about to make like 1 million off of this ish, and then we're gonna basically wrap back around and go to my home station that I've created. Well, I haven't created, but it's my home station that I've been working out of for the last couple months.
engaged. Landing gear retracted.
This is one of those games, guys, where the control schemes are really tricky to kind of get used to. A lot of people say this is easier to play on PC. I personally say that it's easier for me to play it on a console with a controller. Alright, so you've got two modes of travel. You'll see the one mode of travel right now. This is our first mode, where we're basically just cruising through space at a very alarmingly slow pace. So you can see the planet there. We're not really moving that fast. But what we're about to do is jump to the next star over, which it says there would take us 1 year to get there. Just under 1 year to get there, it said. And it will actually take you a year. If you travel at that same pace going there, it will take you an actual year to get to your target, like a full Earth year. So that's why we do this, and we jump to the next star. Now I'm going to mark up my target here, and take me on home. Duckworth Orbital. So it says it's 326 light seconds away, but as you can see, we are moving at a very fast pace. It's going to be 2 minutes before we get there, 1 minute before we get there. So we're going to get to a point where we're going to basically jump into the system. Well, into this specific star. Because normally one big star will have a couple small stars orbiting it. Or not even stars, mostly planets. I've seen maybe one system that I've jumped into that had 2 stars orbiting each other, which was kind of cool. Or 2 suns. But some of these planets that orbit have some pretty big orbit lines and can literally send me out on some pretty far trips. Like, if you guys think 300 light seconds seems like a long travel, I've got a normal station that I always hit that takes me about 15 minutes actual time to fly there, maybe a little longer depending on if there's any hostiles around. And if you're carrying valuable cargo, like silver, indium, I've never even heard of these before. I've heard of silver, but not indium. I don't know what that is. It's some type of mineral, I'm guessing, manufacturing mineral. People will try to steal them from you. Players and AIs will be sent after you, and will just try to steal your shit. They'll tell you to jettison the material out of your ship, and if you don't comply, they will gun you down, or you gun them down if you're stronger than them. So actually, we'll get inside here, guys, and I'll give you a quick look at what my current ship looks like.
Lakon, X-Ray Tango Romeo. This port operates under federal jurisdiction. You must submit a request before landing.
So as you guys just see there, they just asked for a request to land. Before I land, I'm going to show you guys something. It says Lakon, which is the name of my ship. That's the company that built my ship. And then they use the first 3 letters in your gamer tag, which is XTR, so X-Ray Tango Romeo, to kind of personalize your playthrough in this. Once you get within, if I was to try to fly into this station here, guys, I would actually be prosecuted for trespassing and shot down. So what I want to do is I want to, within 7.5 kilometers away, I want to go to my console, look for the station in my contacts, Duckworth Orbital, and I want to request permission to dock, and they're going to tell me if it's okay.
Authorization
if it's busy, they will tell me access denied. If it's on lockdown, they will say access denied. If all the bays are full, access denied. And I'll have to sit out here waiting until there's room for me to go in and basically land. So I'm going to proceed on the green side because in space there is no up or down. So the green side is my entry point because there could be vehicles coming out on the right. Oh, looks like... is that an Eagle? I think it's an Eagle. Alright, so my spot is over here. As you guys can see, these places are kind of cool. They're like cities in space, but they're in a circle like this because if a circle rotates fast enough, or a structure like this in space, it creates its own gravity. From what we've learned in schools and stuff like that, is that it creates its own gravity. So they don't necessarily manufacture gravity or artificially produce gravity because it's being created by the centrifugal force of the spin, which is pretty cool. Oh, I gotta put my landing gear out.
Caution, landing gear not.
So landing is one of the trickiest things to learn in this game, guys. You've got a touchdown sequence, or a touchdown program at the bottom to basically tell you where you are on your radar. And you just have to line it up with the center of the thing. You've got two different control schemes. You've got this one, which basically allows you to rotate your ship, and you've got this control scheme, which allows you to go side to side, and there's an up and down thrust as well. So we're just going to touch down. There is also an auto dock that you can buy for the ships in this game, where you basically buy it, you activate it, and it docks your ship for you. Kind of handy for when you get a bigger ship. The small ones are really easy to land, but the bigger ones are where things tend to get a little tricky. But I don't think I'm going to use an auto dock. I think I'm going to try to continue using just my wits. All right, so I'm going to try to find anything that's going to Smeaton Vision because I want to make the most out of it. As you guys can see, I've got some finds here, and I've got some claims as well. Some of them was for somebody I shot down that had a bounty, came after me, pulled me out of Super Cruise, and I shot him down because he was a dick. So I got his bounty because he was wanted. I do not do passenger missions, actually. I want to try them, I guess, sometime, but I can't find the want to travel extreme distances because the passengers like to really go far out, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. Okay, so I've got a salary. Let's claim my salary here. Your salary can go up through your pledge. And I can't pay off any of my legacy bounties here. I don't think I have any bounties in this sector. I will get a quick refuel here, repair and restock. And just to check, let's see what my integrity's at. 86%. Ah, we'll fix that, I guess. 100%. I'm gonna leave the paint kind of degrading. I like that. Yeah, I noticed that actually, because I remember seeing passenger missions on this game that were like 3 million to take somebody like, I think it was 100 and some light years away, which for my ship that I currently have would have been like, I think, like 15 jumps maybe. But now they've just like toned them down where they're further, but they don't pay as much. I'm gonna look for federal missions here too, guys, because I'm allied with the Federation. You asked if I had thumb grips. What do you need thumb grips for? Oh, do you want those Call of Duty ones? I don't know where they are. They might be up there. Why, is your stick's getting all messed up? Why don't you use the red controller? Did you plug it in? You have to plug it in, then put it to your system through the USB. That's the only way that you can pair a brand new controller. Because it's basically matching the IP address. Alright guys, so my missions that I normally do is one hell of a pain in the ass mission, but it's one hell of a flight, but normally if I collect enough missions for it, I get a really good payout at the end of the day. I've made runs that are like 3 million credits going one way. It's got to be the PlayStation charger, I think. Here, use this white one, see if it works. So when you play this game, Steven, where do you operate out of? What system? Or are you just like a wanderer? You just wander from system to system and never really settle down? Alright, so I think we've just got one mission going to the place that I want to go. So we're going to hit the launch button here. Mark up my next destination. So you guys can all see, when we get into a system, this thing right here is a star. It's got a little star symbol beside it. This is a planet. These little icons here are a space station of sorts. And these are just any type of nav points or beacons that are on the or points of interest, I would guess, if you want to put it like that. And these are planets as well. So this is the first planet that was ever discovered in this place, and this is number 2 and number 3. Normally they're numbered by how close they are to the star, so that's why they've got a numberation like that. And then these ones are different parts of the galaxy. They're not in this system, they are separate systems themselves. So if I was to click on any of these, they would take me to a brand new star where I could look for whatever I'm looking for. Sometimes there's multiple stars in a system. Okay, we're going here. Oh, I guess I can't engage hyperdrive when I'm inside. Put my gear up. Throttle forward. So as you guys can see at the bottom there, on my bottom right hand side, I've got a cargo scoop, which is used for picking up items that are loose in the air. You can, like minerals or whatever, if you plan on mining. It's very tricky to get used to, and it's very time consuming trying to pick up your cargo like that. But it's still a way of doing stuff. If you shoot somebody down, you can go and pick them up. You can actually get collector limpets, which basically you deploy them, they fly around, and they pick your stuff up for you. The next thing is my landing gear. The red says that the landing gear is up, blue means it's deployed, and mass lock is basically when you are attached to something within something's gravitational pull, whether it be a planet or a system or even another spaceship that's bigger than you, that's flying too close to you, you will have a mass lock, and you have to wait for that mass lock to pull a certain distance away from that other ship or station or planet before you can become mass locked and then be able to jump into another system. It's kind of a pain in the ass getting mass locked sometimes. I don't know where those thumb grips are. Ow. I seen them the other day. It might be in this box here. Oh, we're about to fly right into the sun. Son of a bitch. I forgot we were jumping. Somewhere at the bottom. Oh, you found him already? Okay, oh, it's actually not... Okay, it's a red dwarf, I think? So it's not actually a hot sun. It says we're at, like, slowly increasing, but I just thrusted, so it's going to increase even more. I'm just waiting for the FSD, my frame shift drive here, to cool down so we can jump out. Yeah, but it's not that hot of a sun. Oh, look at that. I'm really close to it, too. 57% heat.
Frame shift drive charging. 4, 3,
Alright, now the heat's going to start cranking because I'm using the FSD so close.
taking heat damage.
Oh, I thought it was 81,000 light seconds. It's only 81. I should have remembered because Smeaton I normally go to all the time. I'm gonna overshoot it. You gotta be careful. On the left there it shows you your distance and your speed that you're traveling at. You want to make sure that those are in the blue when you are coming to a station. So sometimes you actually have to slow down prior because gravity is taking over from you being slingshot around the sun or whatnot. And then you get a representation of your ship there, as you guys can see on my console. And the blue rings are your shields, and the 99% at the bottom is your hull integrity, your hull strength or whatever. Mixed by Lotto. These stations are exterior stations, and these sometimes are a pain in the ass to land on. Trying to figure out which way you're supposed to land, but I think I've got it down to a T on how to land on these pads. You're going to look for the number above, and if the number is number 5, then it's going to be 05, and the number is going to be at the far end of the pad. If it's on the closer side of the pad that you're approaching from, then you are
Landing gear not
going the wrong way, you're facing the wrong way. You have to be facing a specific way to land on a pad. So always look at the number, guys. If the number is backwards, then you're coming at it from a wrong approach.
docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Alright, give me a sec, guys. I don't like thumb grips. Can't stand this shit. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to, I was just helping Jessie put her, or get her controller up and going. Alright, so there's actually nobody handing out missions here. Wow, that's disgusting. I hate that. They got a new Call of Duty map?
What?
There's a new map?
This is zombies, yeah. Zombies.
You're on an island?
Yeah, you started.
I want to try that one. Does it have a better story to it? I get a bit carried away, guys, when I'm leaving a station. Sometimes I scorch their pads. Get mass locked here, thank you.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're gonna head back to my home system.
Four, three, two,
Alright, I'm gonna hit every single station in this system, guys, and pick up all the missions that are going to LP 443-8. I should probably pay off that fine. I feel like we're coming in a little bit fast here, but we're slowing down gradually. Now, there's many more things that you can do in this game, guys. I'm currently just trying to work for a ship that I've been working really hard to get, and I'm at $30 million, and I need $48 million, I believe. And then after that, I'm actually going to be getting into some combat and some planet landings.
scan detected.
Okay, I'm being scanned. Probably to make sure if I have any
Scan detected.
Observing steady traffic.
illegal cargo or
Caution is advised.
I'm trying to smuggle any humans. Because yes, you can do that in this game too.
Landing gear deployed.
100 meters from touchdown. Landing successful. Thrusters offline. Deploying ground services.
Alright, so like planetary scan jobs, guys, these are missions where you basically just go down, you have to scan specific things, and you get paid for them, which is not very intriguing to me. I like the risk of possibly being shot down when I'm flying into a system or whatnot. So we've got another one going there, 62,000. Not a lot, but it all adds up, especially if you're doing one massive run.
Someday soon.
Not that many by the looks of things. Wow, that's really weird. These ones are. And these are all data, guys. They're not actually cargo, so they're just basically like intel that somebody's giving you to take care of. Shipyard. What do they got here for ships? Not much, actually. Pay off my fines here. Isn't much, but alright, so go to the next station. So yeah, what I'm doing, guys, seems a little like redundant, but it's for the purpose that I want to. It's low risk and high reward for most of it, and the chances of me getting killed on this is pretty slim and none. The AI is somewhat easy to take out. I normally check them before they come up. I'll scan them, make sure that they're like harmless or whatever, and then I'll either engage them and shoot them down, or I'll try to avoid them for a little bit until I'm able to get out of there as quick as possible. Come on.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we're not actually jumping, guys. We're just going to go into our super cruise here, which allows us to move a little faster. You can see the planet on the side there. So if we go into super cruise, we're literally just going to start moving fairly quick. So actually, that little yellow ring that's around that planet, guys, is stating that that one's got an atmosphere. The yellow is the atmosphere, and if it was blue, I believe, I think blue's the color. You can land on the planet, which is pretty cool because then you actually have to deal with real gravity, which kind of sucks. Because sometimes if you get on, well, Earth's gravity is 1g, and if you get on a planet with about 3 g's, let's just say if we were to move gravity, if gravity was to increase by 0.1 or 0.01 of a degree in either directions, either went down, you'd take a step, and you'd feel so much lighter that you'd probably have a little jump in your step, or it goes a degree the opposite way, and it would crush you instantly. So if there was a planet with 3 Gs on it, if I was to try to land on it, if I was coming into the atmosphere, most likely I would get pulled down into the atmosphere and possibly smash into the surface of the planet if I didn't adjust my speed or my course accordingly. And trying to get off those planets is even more of a task. I'm just going to check something, guys. Ooh. There's actually some pretty cool stuff that you can find in this game, just literally flying around. We've also got this console down here, which the helm is obviously the pilot. You can put fighters. If you have a big enough ship, you can put a fighter bay in. An SRV is a Scarab, or a Scarab, I mean, is a ground vehicle that can drive around. And then if you have any friends or crew that's in there, obviously you guys can see it's only a one-person cockpit, so I can't have any friends in my ship, but the one I'm going for has one multi-crew, I think, so I can have one friend basically co-pilot my ship. Now, they're not able to pilot the ship at this moment. They might update that where they can. You can hand over controls to them or something like that as long as you're in the ship. But mainly they're going to be in control of a fighter or what am I trying to say? Your weapons. They'll be in complete control of your weapon systems if you have it so that they are in that role. It also tells you down in the bottom there, bottom right, how much fuel I've got. This right here, you guys can see what I'm moving, is to put more power or less power into a specific unit. This is my systems, so this means that anything that I'm going to be using, like scanners or whatever, is going to be boosted. The efficiency and the speed of the regens or whatever for the systems is going to work faster. The up one is for my engines, so I've got more to my engines, and then the far right one is for your weapons, and basically puts all the power from the ship, most of the power of the ship, into your weapon systems and making them more deadly and or reliable.
Landing permission granted. Proceed to
Oh, that's fine, Steven. What's up, dude?
38.
You ever played this game? So it shows here Nikolaev Terminal and the little image there of the spaceport. On the left of my console is green. It starts off being orange, meaning that it's just an average station. You'll probably see one if I end up getting to one. What that orange means is that you're not allied with the station yet. They basically don't know who you are. You're just a passerby. And if it turns green, that means that you're allied with it, or you're friendly with it, and they're going to trust you and give you better missions. And if it's red, it means that the faction that owns that station is against the current faction that you're a part of. Also could mean that you're no longer welcome at that station, and they will shoot you down on sight. Yeah, this is a really good game, dude. If you get this, we're actually planning on starting a fleet. I don't know what we're going to name it yet, but we're planning on starting it. And basically, we're going to be defenders of the bubble. The bubble being the stars closest to the starter area of the game. It's basically the beginner area. And it's not that we're beginners. I've been out in deep space and taken on guys that were three times the size of my ship. It's just, it's kind of nice knowing that somebody's got your back, essentially speaking, because from what we've heard, the Thargoid, which are the alien species in this game, are slowly moving closer and closer to the bubble. And that kind of puts a little bit of a concern on the safety of the starting area for players. The game, I don't know. You'd have to check online. Depends on where you're from. My buddy is looking at a version right now of the game for $20, I think, and I bought mine for $49. Okay, so what do we got here? Not much going to that system I'm looking for. Like 55,000. If it was going the same way, I would be accepting that. Normally I do get massive amounts of like $500,000 missions or whatever going to this system, but for some reason I'm trying to like look for federal missions too, because I normally do missions for the Federation. There we are. 207,000. So we'll accept that. Now, flying to this station that I keep getting missions for, guys, is sometimes dangerous, because I can actually have bad guys sent after me, which will try to shoot me down, essentially, and either take cargo if I've got cargo on me, or destroy the data that's stored in my computers. So it all depends on the day, I guess, if they're in a bad mood or not, because I've did a complete run there with no interdictions, which is basically you're being pulled out of Super Cruise. And I've had days where I've been interdicted like 3 or 4 times and shot down all 3 of those guys. Alright, so we'll launch. I think there's 3 more stations for us to hit. Schwickard. Nico and Pascal are very close to each other. These ones are very close to each other as well. They're orbiting a completely different planet. Or a completely different set of planets, I mean. So we'll go to Schwickard. Schwickard? I don't even know. I never knew how to pronounce that. Yeah, if you get this game, dude, we'll play it together. And you've got a forward boost as well. That's what you guys just heard me use there. And it takes engine power, so you guys can see my engine slot on the bottom right is regenerating. If I use it again, it depletes it. Yeah, that's not bad, dude. It's a really good game. It's actually well worth the price that you'd be paying for it. I've showed a lot of people this game, and they're actually planning on getting it because of me just showing them, and that just makes our fleet a little bit bigger. Means that we're a little bit more of a deadly force to reckon with. Alright, dude. Thanks for stopping by. So this one says it's going to take us 2 days to get there, which is funny because it's not. It's just because we're trying to throttle up here and we're stuck with something's gravity. I don't know what gravitational pull we're being caught by. So there's a camera mode here, guys. Let me turn the headlights on. Oh, that's not what I'm going to do. Okay, let's go to free cam. Show you guys what my ship looks like. It's kind of chunky, but I honestly love it because it's a good cargo hauler. So you guys can see we're moving really fast away from that planet now. That's where your SRV would come out of, the bottom there. And if I was to do this, I'm controlling my ship still. You guys can't see the thrusters for some reason. I don't know why. So that's the entrance port where I would probably get into my ship. There's wings on here, actually, and a spoiler. I had to put those on. Those are cosmetic. It doesn't actually look like that. It just looks like this big brick with no wings on it, and none of these things up here. And you can see, that's what my cockpit looks like. Kind of confined, and that's my person in there. It's pretty sweet. I wish that they would come out with, like, space legs or something like that, where you could walk around your ship and interact with other players. To this station, and this station's right beside. It won't take us too long to get there. The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. Eat a dick. Yeah, this game, guys, you could be a bounty hunter, you could be a pirate trying to steal from people, but there is severe consequences to that. You could be a miner and go and mine asteroid belts. or land on planets and mine some of the cores that are on the planets. You could be a part of one of the factions where you do only missions through the factions and rank up your rank through those guys, or you could be a long distance hauler like I am, where I just haul cargo and data, which pays pretty well, might I say. People think it's boring, but it pays very well. You could do special operations type stuff where you go to planets and you destroy bases, or you destroy turrets and anti-aircraft equipment that's on a planet. You could smuggle people into different systems. You could do passengers, where you're basically a giant airplane flying people from point A to point B, which also can pay quite a bit if you get the right people. There's explorations, where you could go and explore planets and find new planets that haven't been discovered yet, or astronomical events, or anything astronomical that hasn't been detected already in a system. You find it, you bring it back to a station first, and your name will actually be added to who discovered that planet when somebody else finds it, and you get paid for it. Water planets, I believe, are like 600,000 credits per water planet, but it's the odd chance that you can't actually find any in a system, which is kind of a bummer. So as you can see, this orbit's a nice Earth-like planet, which you can see lights on it, which means that there is people living on it, which is really cool. One reason I really love this game is the diversity of some of these planets that they have. And they're actually going to be improving the look of most of them in the near future. This game is currently always being worked on. Disengage. Super Cruise. So you guys see the thing in the center of my my console, right under the Lakon symbol at the front, is my radar. It shows me when there's hostiles in the area or other players. The green things that are on there are allied federal officers or federal security or whatever. On the right of that, there's a little circle with a, or on the left of it, I mean, there's a circle with a blue dot in it. The blue dot basically shows where I'm lined up with whatever my target is. So if I keep it in the center, I'm lined up perfectly where it is. You've also got the temperature gauge there, which says if you're overheating or not. It normally sits at about 26% for me. And then you've got my thrusters, which are on the right of the radar. And the optimal speed is normally in the little blue section, and if it stays in the blue, as you slowly approach a star, it will actually gradually slow down your ship by itself. And I just hit the boost button. I'm gonna hit this wall. You know how many times I've done this, guys?
Landing gear deployed.
Because the button for the landing gear is the same button as the boost. Alright, so I gotta find my landing pad now, because I just flew right past it like a fucking idiot. Okay, there it is. I almost boosted again. Thanks for having me. Alright, so Schwickard should have some decent missions. We're also looking for federal missions, guys, because that upgrades my my mission or my rank through the Federation. See, there's a $345,000 one. Sweet. That's the ones I'm looking for. Another 200,000. Normally it evens out to be about maybe $2 million for the run. I think the most I've made was 3.5. There's another 207, and then a 138,000. Now, these little symbols right beside where the planet, or your destination here, guys, on the right, there's a little white, little breach, like a sun coming over a horizon. That is a planetary landing. That means that you're landing on a planet. And normally, planetary missions pay more. Because you are needing to deal with atmospheric approaches, which can sometimes really suck. What's up, Corey? Glad to have you, bud. I was wondering where you were. Alright, so that looks like all the missions from here. Also, there's a commodities market here, guys. As it says, agriculture is the hot, or what this planet, or what this station is. That's the type of or the type of station that they are. Is they're an agricultural station. As you can see, it's nice and green in here. So they're probably growing crops, trees, plants like that, so that they can actually bring them to a planet that they're trying to colonize or whatnot. And
Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you
mainly, these guys are going to each market requires something. So an agricultural planet like this, or an agricultural system, or a station, I don't know why I keep forgetting station is the word. You're going to bring manure, basically, bio-waste. So if you have no missions going back to your home station or wherever station you're heading to, collect something for it. So if it's a high-tech station, you're going to get high-tech materials and bring it back, and they're going to love you forever and ever and ever. Amen.
Caution.
And they'll pay you for it. It's basically just to pay for your fuel. I just got a fine for somebody crashing into me. That makes sense. I will pay for my fine at the next station, I guess. So how are you, Corey? Did you get the new maps for Call of Duty?
Frameshift drive charging. 4.
Alright, so we've got this stop and then the next stop, and then we'll actually do our run. Let's see how much we're making. I gotta be careful, I'm 4 light seconds away. That's literally like a hop, skip, and a jump. I'm probably gonna grab them today, and then we'll maybe... I want to try the new Zombies map. Jesse's playing it right now, looks pretty sweet. Is this your first time seeing actual, like, gameplay for this game, Corey, or just, like, you've watched YouTube videos about it? Oh, and also, guys, the cool thing about this game is it's scripted, but it's an ever-evolving game. So if, say, if the aliens were to come, the Thargoid were to come to this system here, they can actually completely destroy this entire system and wipe all of the stations out, and basically I would have to migrate to another system and make that my home system. Or I could actually say, if they were to take over all of the stations, they won't necessarily destroy them, they'll just decommission them, or they'll take over them and run them themselves. We can actually come back and take them back from them. So it's a continuous fight. They are currently at war with the humans in the Pleiades sector, which is only a couple of hundred jumps, I think maybe 100 at max, away from the system that I'm in right now. And that's kind of scary because they could be here very quickly and destroy my home stations, and I would cry, because this is where I make my living. But we can also go to war with them, which I plan on doing as soon as I get my Python.
Playcon, X-Ray Tango Romeo. This port operates under federal jurisdiction.
I know, I've been here several times. You should know me by now. Come on.
Okay, Commander. Your assigned landing pad is number 33.
Man, as soon as I come here, they should be like, "Hey, what up, cuh? Hey, I'm strapped, cuh. Hey, pull right in. You don't even need to request. I can pull right in. We got your parking spot all ready for you, cuh." That's what they should do. Somebody almost crashed into me again, dick.
Ground crew on standby.
When you first play this, though, Corey, if you do end up getting in through the starports, the little mail slots there, is a pain in the rectum. But after you've done it like several times, as you just seen me do there, it's really fucking easy. And landing. You're gonna pay attention to your bottom there. I can do it without actually looking to it, or looking at it now, but sometimes I refer to it every once in a while. You're gonna get it in the center, drop her down, good to go. Sometimes I'm a little bit more gentle than that, but
Solid contact, dispatching ground crew. Good to have you, Commander.
And if you actually have any outstanding fines or a wanted level or a bounty level in a station, sometimes they will actually allow you to land in their station, and as soon as you've landed in the station, they will not allow you to leave. It will be a shoot on sight like thing, so as soon as you try to take off, they'll actually shoot you down. And the station is a lot more deadly. It's very deadly from outside the station, but it's even more deadly from inside the station because there's turrets all over the walls in here. So make sure to pay your fines, guys, or as soon as we make our fleet, you might get shot down by me or one of my fleet guys, which would suck. Unless you give us a run for our money, which is a possibility as well. But come on, let's all just be friends. Oh, this is actually going to pay me quite a bit. I'm going to calculate the mission as we're flying to the location, because we've got one more station to hit. Alright. Contact. Pay the bounty off. Confirm. There's also black markets in this game, guys. If you if you say fail a mission and you die in the middle of the mission and you fail it, and you still have the cargo in your hold, it will be classified as stolen cargo, and either you can just jettison it outside of your ship while you're in mid-space, which basically means your ship is just taking a dump of all excess stuff that you don't need. Because if you do get scanned with illegal cargo or stolen cargo, you can get fines, which is not good. And some of the time, if you actually don't get scanned and you go to a system that doesn't scan you, you can sell it on the black market, and they'll take anything. Some stations won't actually, like these stations here, won't get mad at me for having illegal cargo, but there is some stations that will be very upset if you have any type of illegal or wanted cargo. Why am I slowing down so much? I'm like mass locked to something. What do you think of this game so far, Corey? Now that you've actually like seen gameplay of it. There's my thrusters. You can actually change the color of your thrusters, which I did because purple's my favorite, and my weapons colors are also purple. So we're in Super Cruise now, guys. So our main thrusters do not really operate at full capacity. That's why you don't see them anymore, because we've basically, how do I say this? In space, there's no real forward thrust. If you can get one single boost that propels you so fast, you're just going to continue moving and continuously gaining speed unless you hit something that's going to gravitize your ship and pull you towards it. So it gives you one big boost and just propels you through and then preserves your engine. So my engines are shut off right now, basically. They're running at minimal speed or whatever, and I'm just basically free falling through space right now, which means that you're burning minimal fuel as well. So we're 22,000 light seconds away, which we'll get there pretty quick, and then we'll make our jump to the system that we're going to go make our money off of, because we've got quite a bit of missions here. These are our missions so far. We've got quite a bit of them. Yeah, the graphics are amazing, dude. Like, look at this. If you actually move the stick, your character moves the stick. The throttle, I'm not quite sure. I think he actually does throttle down. Yep, he does actually throttle down. I didn't actually notice that. So he's throttling up, trying to get max speed right now. It also says on the far right at the bottom, it says hostile. So that means that this zone where I am currently flying in a shipping lane, there is a possibility that I could get interdicted by somebody or shot down. But I can also look here, and it says all contacts within a specific radius of me. So there is Federal Security, which these guys are basically allied with me because it shows green beside their name. These guys are allied, which they're probably a part of a systems like political party or whatever, which it says their values party of Teyubutis. And then these guys could be actually out to kill me, which if I had a better scanner, it would actually come up on the right there saying that they're wanted for blah 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 and how much their bounty is for. Bloody Chaser? What? And I could also show you guys this too. I'm going to slow down a little bit. System map. Let's go into the system map. System map shows you how many stars are in this planet or in this system, and how many planets are orbiting each star. So these lines connect to one planet. So all of these are orbiting this star, and this one little asteroid or planet is a high metal contact world with one station around it, which I'm currently going to, is orbiting this one, and it says that it's got 2 asteroid belts, which is pretty cool. And it actually tells you on the left there what the gravity and all that stuff of each of the planets are, and what the system is like itself. So you can read up on all that stuff if you ever wanted to. And then this here is, let me zoom out. Corey, this is how big your game is. This is Sagittarius A, guys. This is currently like where Earth is. This is our Milky Way galaxy that we reside in. And let me tell you, if you wanted to jump from where I currently am to here, would take me probably about maybe half a year to do it, playing about maybe 6 to 8 hours a day. Would take me about a full year to get there, because as you can see, guys, I'm about to miss my jump. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to slow down a little bit more. As you can see, each one of those little pop-ups that says a name is a star, and it's cluster-fucked. There's a whole bunch of stars that I could jump to. I think I actually have to go to this BD plus 39 to buy my Python. But these are all stars, and that's only one layer, and it keeps on going up and up and up. There is hundreds of layers of stars, which means that there's hundreds of millions of billions of trillions of whatever fucking stars in this game. So there's a whole lot of exploration to do. There's many planets and stars that haven't been discovered, which a lot of money could be made off of discovering them. Really cool, guys. The game is massive. I have not even scratched the surface of places I could discover in this game. There are so many systems in this game that haven't even been discovered. Nobody's even touched them. Not a ship has flown through them. So it's kind of cool if you were to come across a system that hasn't been discovered, and you could basically discover each one of those planets. And I'm not quite sure if you could name them. I'm not so certain about that. You maybe can, I think. I don't know. What do you think you'd be doing in this game, Corey? Just hauling cargo like me, or what? Or do you want a multi-purpose vehicle like mine? Mine is a combat vessel and, well, minor combat. The one I want to get is going to be a full combat, full hauler. And maybe attempt exploration with it, or I might buy a brand new ship for exploration and just use that. Because I really don't want my Python to get blown up while I was exploring, because that's a pretty big buyback cost. Oh, you would try exploration? I know what you meant there, Corey. You don't have to correct yourself. I want to try exploration, but there's many things you can do in this, man. They're probably going to add more missions, or more different types of things you could do in this. Like I said before, you could be a bounty hunter. You could be a pirate stealing from people, which has severe consequences to it, might I say. You could be a miner, mine planets, asteroid belts. A taxi service, basically you're going to be an airplane flying people from point A to point B, which pays some well, I guess. You could be a combat vessel hunting or going to planets and systems, killing pirates, and you could smuggle people to a different system or whatever. Anything like that, man. You could do anything in this game. Okay, so I'm going to 05, and I'm going to guess that's 05 dead ahead of me, and from what I think, my approach is wrong. Oh, it says 05, so my approach may be right. Nope, my approach is wrong.
Warning. Landing gear not deployed.
So apparently it doesn't matter if the numbers are right or not, because you could still be
Warning.
backwards.
Landing gear not deployed.
I'm scraping against something. Doesn't sound good. I don't know what's happening.
Landing gear deployed.
I don't normally come at this station from the angle that I came at it, so normally when I come here, I come in, I literally just land. That's it. So you thinking about getting this game still, Corey? Now that you've actually seen gameplay? I could show you combat, but I don't think that'll be in today's video of this. I'll probably do another video of this sometime. Showing combat. I really just want to get my Python. Yeah, dude, I figured you'd probably actually want to try this one out. It's a really good game. See, there's black box salvage operations where you are just a junker. You go out and collect junk for people. They say, oh, can you go and source out some of this stuff. Black box salvage operations. That's basically you're going out to a crash site that something blew up, and you're going to recover the black box, and that's your mission. Industry needs. This basically means you're going to go out and mine stuff and bring it back to the station. Skimmer destructions. You're going to go to a planet and blow up surface skimmers, I think, sentry skimmers. They basically are little drones that are on the surface of the planets, and you have to go and kill them. I'm looking for federal missions, and I'm also looking for where these missions are heading, which is a big task because I got to look for the words and the destinations. Oh, another 161,000. Sweet. These chain missions at the top, the chain links, guys, means that I've done a mission previously or prior to this mission coming out that is basically linked with another mission I've done. And the craziest thing about what I've done so far in this game, guys, is I've only really operated out of one system. So I've maybe visited a total of 50 systems just through jumping through them and not even really exploring them. I've just been through them, and I've probably actually flown around and delivered stuff to maybe 30 of those systems, maybe less. Alright, so I think that's it. We're just going to get a quick refuel here just in case, which we shouldn't run through that much fuel. We're going to launch. Oh, actually, we'll enter the... I want to show you guys something here. So this is your passenger lounge here. This is different missions. You have to actually have a passenger lounge in your ship, which you have to purchase. Come on. Alright, so these are all missions. 37 million, but you also have to look at how far the travel is going to be. So it says passenger traits. All those blues are good. If it says red, that is really bad. So it says that you've got, it's 5 passengers, cabin class first. So you have to have a first class cabin, and it's gonna the time before it runs out is gonna be 3 weeks, 6 days, 23 hours, and 56 minutes, and it is going 24,000 light years away, which would probably take me maybe about a week to get there. Actual, like, maybe if I was playing 6 hours a day, a week to get there. It's a good payout, though. Really good payout. I've actually never seen one that was 37 million like that. I could literally complete this mission and buy my Python and then some. But not all of them are like that. There's 32 million, 2 million. Some of these are brilliant, but it's just they're a pain in the fucking ass. Because you're just going to continuously jump and jump and jump and jump, and that's going to be your entire thing. And you've also got human cargo, so getting shot down with those is going to be really annoying. Universal cartography. If you discover any planets, you sell them here. You sell the data for them, and it basically just says that you've registered that that planet exists. Crew lounge is if you have any space for crew in your ship, which I have no capable, or ship not capable. My next one might be. My Python, I think, is. And then if I get a, oh no, my next one isn't. The Anaconda is. Oh well, anyways. You can put a fighter ship in your, ship, or a fighter jet in your ship, and basically you can deploy it at any time you want, and a little AI system, or an AI person, one of these people down here, will basically protect you, essentially. And outfitting. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Outfitting takes us into the dock. So now basically if anybody was to try to... If I was sitting on the surface of this station, just on the loading dock, people can still shoot at me and come and try to destroy my ship, which they will most likely be shot down by the station's systems. But in here, I'm completely safe. So this is where you actually outfit your ship with whatever you want. I've got basic hard points because I don't actually get into combat all that often. And you go into browse here. And you've actually got different choices that you can do. Thermal weapons, beam lasers. And you're going to check for like your DPS as well, and how much power draw is going to take from your system. Because sometimes you can actually, if you do not program your ship properly and actually watch your power bank and upgrade your power bank, you can actually put something in your ship that as soon as you activate your weapons will completely shut your ship off. It will turn your engines off and only allow your weapons to be active. So these are like Gatling guns, basically. You got fragments, torpedoes, missiles, stuff like that, whatever you want to put on here. I'm just keeping my basic ones on because I'm probably getting rid of this soon. And you've got utility mounts where you can put chaff launchers, which is if you got a missile following you, point defense, which is basically the same thing. Wake scanners, which scans for if somebody jumped into a system. These pull people out of super crews, interdict them. Kill warrant scanners, if somebody's got a bounty or whatever, you can find them easier. And manifest scanners, which you can scan and see if somebody's got specific cargoes on them. And I've got 3 of those. And then your core internals, which is your engines and all that stuff, you can actually upgrade them to A class, I believe, which is the best. Optional internals, which is your cargo racks and stuff like that. Stuff that you don't necessarily need, but you can put in just in case. Liveries are stuff like my wings that I've got on in my spoiler. And stored modules is where you store modules that you want to keep, essentially, that you want to use later on. Okay, so... So it says that we're 9 light years away, which is well under my jump capabilities. I've got like 29,000 or 29 light years jump capability.
Landing gear retracted.
So we're going to jump into system. It's going to take us 1 year to get there, Corey.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
Okay, I got to throttle up. I forgot about that. Get my calculator out here for a sec, guys.
4, 3, 2,
If I can find the damn thing. Alright, so... that was a quick year. Alright, let's get to work. Now, this is where this trek gets insane. We have to go 109,000 light seconds away, which is actually quite the travel distance. Alright, hold on a sec, guys. Since we're going to be flying for quite some time. Alright, so we're in a party now. I'm just waiting for Rob to come. Normally me and him fly together. What's up, Rob? We're
Hey.
streaming, dude.
Nice.
Hopefully that's okay if I
Anyone
can use your
watching?
voice. Is anyone watching? Yeah, a couple people are. I think Mark's going to check it out later because he told me to stream this, but I'm just running out to LP 443.8 right now. 207. So I'm just going to calculate all my stuff, guys. I normally do this before I leave station, but since this one is such a long trek, I will do it while I'm flying. So how was your day, Rob?
Not bad. You?
Shit. Just another day at Sherway.
Shit way.
Shitway. I got a lot of missions going this way, dude. Like, a lot. Maybe I'll get interdicted and make this interesting.
I got interdicted earlier, and it was by a guy who was gonna like completely blow me away. But luckily, I had the feds with me, so.
Wow, that's actually a lot less than I thought I was making. What the hell? I thought I collected more missions.
Like I had no chance of winning.
I only have 18
Even with
missions. I thought I
upgraded
collected
weapons.
more. Oh, wow.
Maximum was 20. Which is stupid.
I think I started at the wrong number. That might have been it. I'm gonna say about 2 million. Say we're still 98,000 light seconds away. I'm gonna actually recalculate that, guys. Yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna be on for the stream.
What? After. What?
I keep telling Rob that he should calculate his runs, because I've actually been, or I've had money stolen from me from this run actually, because they are pirates, so they are greedy and corrupt. But I think just because of doing more missions for these guys, they haven't stole from me in a while. I think they trust me now. So I can actually see how far our distance is by looking over at my my right there, guys. Oh, I did miscalculate.
We should probably do a multi-crew later to show them.
Oh, we'll see.
Even if it's just delivering cargo, it doesn't matter.
That's actually a lot more than I thought I was gonna make. So I'm making 2.8 million on this run, actually. It's a lot more than I thought I was going to make, actually. Not a bad run. So, let's do a quick evaluation of anything that's around us. He's moving away from us, and this guy is moving away from us as well. They're moving at about the same rate. I think it's the same vehicle, it's just the game hasn't acknowledged that it's the same vehicle, because they're moving at the same pace away, and then he just faded off into the distance. Since we are going to a pirate station, there is a lot of people that have bounties normally closer to it. When we get to about 5,000 light seconds, there's going to be a shit ton of pirates that are going to be around, and most of those guys are wanted, and that's when you'll actually start getting interdicted closer to this station. But we might... I haven't had a warning that there's anybody being sent after me. Normally I'll get an email or something like that saying, oh, if you kill this guy, we'll give you an extra 80,000 credits or something like that. And sadly, they haven't given me any updates on time bonuses. Sometimes you get time bonuses where they're like, oh, if you deliver it in 30 minutes, we'll give you an extra 125,000 or something like that. And those are always beautiful. It's always nice to get free money, especially when you're like 10 minutes out and they're giving you a 35-minute window. Right, Rob?
Yep.
I've actually had one that's paid me $350,000 for 40 minutes, and I was 5 minutes away from the station. I was like, thank you. Like, I don't give a shit. And it was already... The mission itself was 1.2 million for the run, and they gave me an extra, like, 300,000. I'll take that. Alright, so... If you hold each individual button square, it shows your what each of these options is. Your comms is up in the top. If you hold square, your target panel is the left one. The right one is your systems panel, and down is the lower panel, which is telling you your systems, shields, hull, and what your combat rank is. Also, what type of ship you're flying and who's in your ship at the moment. But you can also do that by touching left or right on your touchpad. And square is for your galaxy map, your system map, your super cruise, and your hyper jump. Hold circle is for your headlights. And to toggle your camera, which is basically the exterior camera that you guys seen me use before. Holding X is... you can switch between the highest threat in the system. You can cycle your next threat or the next hostile threat. These are very specific, so if you're in a combat situation, instead of you targeting, if you're using missiles or whatever, and you click cycle next target, it'll just cycle the next person, which could be a federal dropship, which means that you're about to shoot missiles at your own guys if you're allied with the feds. So you want to click the cycle next hostile target, which is going to allow you to skip over any federal officers that are out there and target the next person that you want to shoot down. Oh, I'm coming in way too hot. I didn't even pay attention. So I'm going to do the shame roll here. I didn't get interdicted.
The roll of shame.
The roll of shame, where you basically you come in too fast and you have to circle back around and come in from the back side. Odd terminology there. And also, you can expand your scanner at the bottom. I'm expanding it right now. You can see the arrow got a little bit smaller, and the station got closer, which means that I've got more of a an area to look through to check and see if there's any targets, but essentially coming after me. Okay, this guy's novice. He's going to be wanted because everybody... Oh, actually he's not. Wow, look at that. New data discovered. It says he's in a wing.
Yeah. I was attacked by a guy that was in a wing.
Yeah, but he's...
The other
we're
guy
not
wasn't
even
there, though.
No, we're not even in open play, though. We're in
Yeah.
private play, which
No, I know.
I guess the AIs still fly in packs. They can, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. So if I was to get engaged by this guy, he'd probably have a butt buddy following him, but he's clean. He has no
Maybe.
record.
Maybe, not necessarily though.
Scan this guy, see what he's got. He's competent in flying. He's also clean. Oh, and he's the secondary wing of the guy that we were just scanning before, Horatio, and that one's Lindsay Simon. And they both have the FSD wake, so they basically just hopped into this system. Okay, we're just approaching our target here. We just got to pull in a little bit closer. I wonder what the MM unit in this game is, dude. When you get really close to a station, it says MM. Is that like micro miles or?
A million miles, maybe. Oh shit.
Or millennium miles or millennial miles or whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know. Because right now, guys, we're moving at 150 kilometers per second and decreasing. So you think about it, kilometer an hour, which is fast. Kilometer per second is 60 times faster than that. No. Am I saying that right? How many seconds is in an hour? How many seconds is in an hour?
How many seconds is an hour?
Well, there's 60 minutes in an hour. 1800?
That's minutes.
So if I was moving at one kilometer per second, would be around. I think it would be around 1800 times faster than moving at a kilometer. 1 kilometer per second. So you're basically moving. Let's just say you're moving.
Oh, it was 7,000.
Is that my spot there?
7,000.
18,000? Well, whatever. Well, I've never actually thought of that. How many seconds is in a minute? Rob, how many seconds is in a minute? Holy Christ.
60, right?
Is it 60 seconds in a minute? And then how many...
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Don't try to figure out.
And then there's...
Don't confuse me, Brad.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why am I so brain dead?
I don't know, me too.
Corey says 3,600.
60 times 60. 60 times 60 is 36.
So that means you'd be going 3,600 times faster.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So I don't
1 mile per... or 1 kilometer per hour compared to 1 kilometer per second.
1 kilometer per hour compared to, so you're light
Basically, yes. Because light speed is a kilometer a second.
Warning. Landing gear not detected.
I don't know why my brain's not working right now. Okay, so he says there's 3,600 seconds in an hour. I'm really confused at my own question. Let's just say that we're moving very fast. Way faster than your eyes could probably even adjust to.
speed. Your answer is we're going very fast. That's your answer.
If you were moving kilometers per second, your eyes couldn't even see that.
You tried to do all this math and then
Let's just say that. You're moving that fast.
say we're going very fast.
So we
Bill Nye the science.
hand in all our missions here, guys, and it gives us an after-mission report. I normally skip it because I know what it's going to tell me. It just basically says that your reputation's gone up, your superpower influence has gone up, or your reputation. Your influence for Teyubudis has gone up, and it says what effects you've done. So by me doing missions for Teyubudis, it puts Teyubudis in an economic boom, which is really healthy for getting missions and the agricultural movement on that or in that system. I mean, so I've actually got missions going back to Teyubudis, Helmhold City in Teyubudis. I might take that one. Normally, I'll take anything that goes back to my home system, just so I can make a couple extra 100,000 or whatever. Unless I can find something in here that's worth 500,000, then I will go out of my way and deliver it there. No federal missions. Makes me sad. So as you can see, my right under my name at the top left, my money just keeps on rising, and I don't know why. Oh, that's right, because I'm money making. See, they want me to deliver data, guys, for 788 credits. I won't even lift my butt cheeks for that. And they want me to jump 8.1 light years. That's horseshit. I will barely even do this mission right here. 17,000 credits for data delivery. If it's like under 50,000 credits, I will not even accept it. Unless it's going to a system I'm already going to. Because I will just take it and deliver it. So Rob, you said that the Python is 48 million?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Oh, look at all the ones I get to hand in for these guys. This is probably going to put me up to friendly.
And there was a bunch of other ships that were on sale too.
Like what?
Keelback, Type 6.
Did
Type
you
9, I
get
think
your
I saw.
federal assault ship or whatever it was?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you flying it now?
Yep. I've got some upgrades for it too, but I'm still looking for 3A weapons.
Do you like it better than the Vulture?
Yeah, it's just a medium-sized ship, which it's a little bit less maneuverable, but it's still pretty maneuverable for a medium ship. The rank 7 one is like a tank, so it's very slow.
Well, that's the same with the
But it also
Type
has
7.
like a fighter bay. It also has the fighter bay, which is nice. That one.
The fighter bay is, or the what the fuck am I trying to say? Type 7. What the fuck did I say fighter bay for? The Type 7 is,
Keelback has fighter bay also.
yeah, I know. That's because it's so, so chunky looking. I don't know why the Type 6 doesn't.
Yeah.
I guess it is a smaller
Oh,
ship.
I also bought the Type 6. I was using it for some cargo runs
It's
before
a
I got this
really
one.
good ship, dude. Well, Matt at work says he wants to get the Type 7. I would get that ship, but I'm just gonna go for the Python and basically double my combat efficiency and
Yeah.
have a cargo space at the same time. But the Type 7 is basically your halfway point between where you are now and a ship that's got that much cargo capacity.
The guy I fought earlier was in a Python and he was kicking the crap out of me. But
Yeah,
I survived
Pythons are
because
pretty
there was
decent.
feds there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really stand a chance.
I'm trying to look for like a common place that I can fly to. I'm just gonna maybe grab like this 200,000 credit one. Yeah, 500 light seconds. That's alright. We'll take that one. There's only one mission going that way, which kind of sucks, but shit happens. And then we'll head back to Teo Buttis. See what else we can take. Maybe
Hey,
we'll...
Bottas.
Buttis. Up the Buttis.
Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Oh,
So
I'm
did you bookmark
friendly.
that system?
I have
Sells
not.
the ship?
What was it called again? I think you sent me the name of it. Galaxy map. Let's search it up. Tell me how many jumps it is away at least.
Not that many, like maybe 5, 6
Oh, that's golden.
maximum. For you, I should be maximum 5 or 6. It's like BD plus, like the actual plus sign, and then it's got
Plus
a number.
49. BD plus. These names are odd, man.
They're probably just randomly generated.
I
They can't populate all the names in the entire galaxy.
I think they're probably
They're,
like actually like scientifically named by like actual people,
Some of them are, yeah.
like the
But I noticed
Pallades
in
and
other
stuff like that.
systems, like I noticed there's Nicolea Station in other systems, so they're just reusing them.
Okay, what was this? What was the
Some of-
docking station called?
Higginbotham.
Higginbotham?
Station. It's the one. Yeah, the one right at the end when you're looking at the system map.
What an odd name. That's fucking funny.
It's also quite close to the star.
Alright, that's
Which is always
bookmarked.
nice. The other stations might sell good stuff too. I don't know. In fact, they might sell the 3A weapons, which I need. I might go back there. Check for that when you're there if you can.
Oh, I don't have the money to pay for it yet.
No, I know. Just whenever you go.
Frameshift drive.
How much do you have?
What am I currently at?
100
$33 million?
Really?
Yep.
I had
What?
that earlier. I bought the ship.
Why'd you say really like that? Like, was that like a holy shit really, or was that like a only
Yeah, like
33 million?
I thought you would have around 40 by now.
Oh. No, I'm slowly getting there. If I play tomorrow or whatnot, I'll probably have it. I'll just continue doing like runs to LP 443, 38 every once in a while, and I'll have the money in no time. Murray Station. Maybe they'll have some good missions at least. So how much did you buy that federal ship for?
I think it was 16 million, and it's normally
With Rob?
19 or something.
19 million?
Something like that. That's what it normally is, I think.
What'd you say?
What?
Oh, Jesse was saying something. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
probably
the
gonna
Fertile
end
Ants
the stream off soon.
just looks like a Sea-Doo, so I didn't want it.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're really good at combat.
Yeah, they're awesome, combat-wise. I just can't stand the look of them, so I thought. you know
Oh,
what,
most of the time
I'm
you're not even
gonna
gonna know what
spend
it
that much
looks
money.
like.
I care about the way the ship looks, so I'm not forking out that much money on a ship I think looks like ass.
See, I like my Type 6. People think that the Type 6 just looks like a giant floating brick, but I actually
No,
love
yours
the
looks
body
fine.
style. Especially with the
With your
spoiler
kit
and the
on, it
wings,
looks
yeah.
good.
It just looks like the Type 10, man. Type 10's a little wider, but it got more, like, definition to it. But I think it looks pretty cool, man. I'm gonna keep this ship regardless. This ship has made me
Yeah,
a lot of money.
Late game ships, I want the Type 10 and the Corvette, obviously.
I want the Corvette. Fuck the Type 10, man.
I want both.
That-
Why not?
That Corvette would
They
make
serve
me enough
different
money to buy
purposes.
10 Type 10s.
Think of how much cargo you could be pushing with a Type 10.
Oh yeah, that thing's got a massive hull, dude. It's like 300 and something. Maybe, I think 400 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, trips to LP 440 in that thing?
Yeah, but they don't do cargo missions out that way mainly. It's just
Oh.
data missions.
Well, we need to find a good cargo place then.
There's sometimes like the odd mission going out there, but they're fucking pirates. What could they possibly need cargo-wise that they don't just go and steal? Yeah, I was at 29 million when I started today. I'm at 33 now, so not a bad day. And I'm at 49% of rank for the Federation right now, so halfway to being Chief Petty Officer. I think what I'm gonna do is I want to buy an exploration ship, and I think I'm going to get the Diamondback Explorer because I love the style of that ship. It looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, getting that ship.
It doesn't make a very good combat vessel though.
Either that or a passenger liner thing. So I'm still looking for a Dolphin or
Or a Beluga.
or whatever.
Or Beluga's
Yeah.
gonna be expensive.
There's 3 of them.
The Orca, the
Orca,
Dolphin.
Beluga.
No, there's no Dolphin.
The
I don't think.
Dolphin.
Yeah, there is. Oh yeah, there is.
Seemingly there's no Dolphin. I can't find it anywhere.
How much is the
Look it up.
Dolphin?
I think it's the cheapest one because it's a small ship. You can make your ship into the passenger liner though. You just gotta find a nice cabin for it.
Which one? The Type 6 or the Python?
Type 6. I don't know about the Python.
The Python's a hell of a lot bigger than the Type 6 is.
You'd want to fit your Python out strictly for combat almost. 'cause
I'm
that's
gonna
what
use
it's
it for
designed
cargo running too. I'm gonna make it a
Yeah, you can throw
multi-purpose
some-
vehicle.
Yeah, throw some cargo space in there, but it's mainly a combat vehicle ship.
No, the Fer-Lance is combat specific
is it?
vehicle, and the Python is more of a heavy hauler, multi-purpose vehicle. Like it actually is classified as a multi-purpose ship.
Interesting.
It's got a very good
Maybe
cargo
I'll
bay
pick
on
one
it.
up. Maybe I'll pick one up. I don't know.
They're really cool looking too, man. Like the style of them, they actually look like they're a
Yeah.
snake's head or whatnot. That's why I like the style of all of the Predatorial vehicles, is because they all kind of look like the heads of the creature that they're depicting.
I wouldn't mind seeing another Federal ship that's in between the gunship and the Corvette.
They're going to be adding a couple
'Cause
more.
there's, like, the gunship's about, like, 30 million or some shit. 35 maybe, but there should be one that costs like 60 or 80. Because the Corvette's like, what, 160 or some shit? So
Don't
that's a
even
pretty
know.
big jump.
Yeah, that is a really expensive actually.
35 million to 160 or whatever. There should be a ship in between.
Yeah, there should be a middle thing. Same with like the ship that I'm currently flying, as opposed to the next like actual shipping vessel, which is the Type 6. I think I bought the fucking Type 7, I mean, is 17 million. The one that I'm currently using right now is 1.4 or 1 mil.
Yeah, I bought it for about 800K because it was on sale.
Oh,
at
you
that
got
price
yours on sale?
in the Hell system.
Actually, I think I bought mine when it was on sale, like my Vulture, and that's why I made so much money getting it, like selling it.
The Hell system.
Alright guys, looks like there's nothing going back to Taiyu Buddhist, so I'm actually going to grab a whole bunch of dung just to pay for my fuel costs and make some profit off of it. And we'll sell everything that we've got in our cargo hold right now that we've been gifted for completing missions. We're making 22,000 right there.
Shit. Hauling shit across the galaxy.
Make a song about it. Alright, so bio waste. Wow, it's actually really cheap here. Holy shit. I'm gonna make a lot of money off this. Dude, it's selling right now for, at this station, it's selling for 5 and being bought for 7, and the galactic average is 30 or 63. So I'm making money off of this. $728 is what we're going, what I'm paying out. We'll see how much we make when we get to Taiyu. What was it? 728? Where's Taiyu Buddhist? Am I blind? probably with outside of jump range. It is outside of jump range. God damn it. Galaxy map. Bookmarks. Teobutis. Wow, it's apparently 3 jumps away from where I am. Damn.
Landing gear retracted.
I'll shorten that. I'll jump one system and I'll probably be able to jump right to Teobutis. And we'll get to Teu, and then I'll end the stream off. So we've got a cargo hold full of shit. 104 units of shit. Probably animal shit. Because, it doesn't even state that it's like crap, though, Rob. It's bio-waste. Could be like composted food, too, right?
Maybe.
It's like
Most
biological
likely manure,
waste.
though.
Yeah, most likely manure. Because it's biological. Well, I guess plants are biological, too. It is what it is. I'm trying to make some money. Let's see if Teu is on this list. No. There it is. So we'll save us 2 jumps. That's why it's always good to check your nav system, because you could be within jump range. For some reason it just makes you go this long-ass path, and this sun is hot, and I'm not even that close to it. As you can see, all my warning lights are on, and we are at 100%, 101% heat right now, and we're about to blow it off. There we go, 98%. Get it back into the yellow. It's not depleting right now because the systems are not functioning very well when or functioning at full capacity when we are jumping. Alright, so we'll mark up Nico, which is an agricultural station. So they're always looking for clothing, bio-waste, and I can't remember what else they have that they always require. How long have I been streaming for? 2 hours? I think so. Slow down before I have to do the roll of shame here. This is one of my favorite places in the galaxy so far that I've in the known galaxy for me, my known galaxy, because of the planet that it orbits. Is very Earth-like and is very very nice when it's nighttime on the side of the planet that I get to see. Lights up like New York. And Rob is in 70 virgins. Virginous.
Soon to be 69. I got one of them in my ship right now.
He's working on them. Soon to be 69. 69's a good number. That'd be funny if
I was
those.
already at 59 Virginus. It used to be 70.
Oh, so he's working his way down. He's at 59 now. You can normally tell what kind of system you're going to, guys, by the what the fuck? Oh, what? I've never actually done this before. The orbit line is different now. It's behind the planet. It's never usually behind. It's normally on the left side for me. Depending on the time of the day is where it's usually orbiting. Like, look at that planet, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? Now it says Teobutis A3. What that means is that if we look in our nav thing here, there's A5, A4, and then there's B. That means that there's a secondary star in the system, and that's why it says A and B. There's 2 stars, and I think there's actually a C. No, there's just 2 stars in Teyubudis. That's why there is A and B, and then there's numbers behind it, because it tells you that there is multiple planets orbiting around each of those stars and asteroid belts and whatnot. Alright, come on, let's jump in. Literally, guys, if I was to have my ship just like this, I could overshoot my target and actually end up pretty far away. This is one of those games you can actually put a destination in your viewpoint and travel to it. If it tells you that it's going to take you a half hour to get there and it's actually counting down 60 seconds a minute, it's going to take a half hour, and you could actually go make yourself something to eat and come back, and you'll still have like 15 minutes or however long it takes you to cook or whatever, go for a piss, cigarette. As long as you don't get interdicted. I almost forgot to request docking. That would have sucked.
I've done that.
I've done that many times, and then you get a trespassing charge. Where do you guys want me to land? Let me guess.
I got the trespassing charge, and then I was destroyed. They shot me down.
I don't know why they do that for. Did you actually go fully inside, though?
No, I hit, like, the outside of it. I was, like, I crashed into it. And then they shot me. It was strange. Like, they were just mad at me for some reason.
They're like, fuck you! Sell our bio waste here. So it says that I bought it for 7 credits per item. And we're gonna make our profit is going to be 9,880 credits. That's actually a pretty good payday for some people, man. Like, if you're running cargo, the bigger cargo hold that you have, obviously the more cargo that you could run. It says the demand for this, yeah, it's a lot more money that you're going to be making off of running stuff. And obviously the more valuable, you have to check, it's like a stock market, guys, when it comes to buying and selling and trading stuff on this game. You have to look at what it's being bought for and what it's being sold for, and then you have to compare it to the galactic average. If you're buying something that's where it says, say, for the leather here, 74 is what you could sell it for at this station, and what people are buying it for at this station, obviously they need to make money. That's why it's so much of a difference there. It's like, what, 15 credits difference or whatever. I'm not really good at numbers, and I'm not thinking right now. You have to vary those averages and see if you are going to make money at the end of the day. So if you can buy this for 87 credits per unit and sell it for 205, you're going to make a decent profit off of something. But if it's even lower than that, or if it's over, if it says 250 for the buy and you're going to be selling it at 205 credits, you're going to lose money off of this transportation, because it probably means that they need leather instead of they want you to buy leather. So they say that they've got supplies here. They've got 3,000 of the supply of leather, and it says that they don't demand anything. So if I was to bring leather here, they would be like, you're a fucking moron. But as you can see, the bio waste, they are demanding 35 million units of bio waste. So they're They're in high demand of this shit. And you can see all the stuff that they're in demand of, but you have to compare it. See, right here, I would sell it. Or actually, they're not buying. Or wait, what? No, they're not. I don't even know. Okay, so they're not selling. They need it. Okay, that's what that is. They're not selling it. They're just what I would only make 1,200 credits per unit, which is not really good, but especially because of their sell cost here. Yeah, a lot of these are over average, which is you're not going to make much money off of. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream off here. I hope you guys enjoyed what you've seen. Obviously, if you did enjoy what you see, smash that like button. If you'd like to see more of this game or any other game that I've been doing, then hit that subscribe button, guys. I love each and every one of you. I will see you guys on the next stream, which will probably be Tuesday. Enjoy your weekend. Or no, I might stream tomorrow. I don't know yet, guys. I'll figure it out. But if not, I'll be on Tuesday. But until then, enjoy your night, and peace out from me and Rob.